Hello and welcome back to BookPod. Today we are stepping into episode 5, which marks week 5 of our collective journey. This episode is dedicated entirely to the deep work found in Chapter 4 of The Artist's Way. The title of this chapter is Recovering a Sense of Integrity. If the first few weeks were about gentle exploration and clearing the cobwebs, Chapter 4 is where we undergo what Julia Cameron calls creative surgery. This is the week where the training wheels come off. We are learning to stop looking at the world for validation and start looking at our own internal truth. We are shifting away from the socially acceptable version of ourselves and toward being a real, honest, and perhaps even a bit messy artist. The honest chain. We open Chapter 4 with a concept called the honest change. If you have been consistent with your morning pages, you might notice that the fog in your life is starting to lift. You are beginning to see the gap, sometimes a painful one, between the person you pretend to be for others and the person you actually are. This change can feel incredibly uncomfortable. Julia Cameron describes it as feeling twitchy. You might find yourself feeling restless, irritable, or even suddenly angry at things you used to tolerate. I want to encourage you. That is actually a great sign. It means you are stopping the habit of self-betrayal. You are no longer willing to lie to yourself. Integrity isn't about being perfect or nice. It's about becoming a whole person. It's about finally admitting what you actually like, what you truly hate, and realizing how much energy you've spent trying to please people who don't even see the real you. The Buried Dreams exercise. To help us find that authentic self, Chapter 4 takes us on a treasure hunt for our buried dreams. Many of us are shadow artists. We have interests or careers we've hidden away because we were told they were unrealistic or childish. This week's exercise is one of the most famous in the book. List 20 things you enjoy doing. It sounds easy, but you might find it surprisingly difficult. It could be something as small as making a specific kind of soup, or as big as horseback riding, watercoloring, or even just sitting in a park. These aren't just hobbies. They are clues to your true identity. When we acknowledge these buried dreams, we start to reclaim the fragments of ourselves that we've ignored for far too long. This list is your roadmap back to your own joy. Reading deprivation. Now we have to talk about the most famous, and arguably the most challenging, tool in all of Chapter 4, reading deprivation. For one full week, your task is to stop consuming words. That means no books, no newspapers, no social media scrolling, no news reports, and no subtitles on your TV. The reason for this is simple, yet profound. Most of us are input junkies. We use other people's words, opinions, and stories to drown out our own creative whispers. We input so that we don't have to face the output of our own thoughts. When you shut off the outside noise, you create a silence that your own creativity is forced to fill. This is a fast track to hearing your own soul again. It forces you to actually be with yourself. What to do when you can't read? You might wonder, what on earth do I do with all that extra time? When you take away the phone and the books, you will likely experience a surge of nervous energy. Chapter 4 suggests channeling that energy into active physical tasks. Try mending. Finally fix that broken item you've been ignoring, polish your shoes, or organize that one messy drawer that stresses you out. Try movement. Take a long walk without a podcast or music. Just listen to the rhythm of your own feet and the world around you. Try cooking. Find a new, detailed recipe that requires your full focus. Or simply try listening. Put on a record and actually listen to the music. Don't do the dishes or check your mail. Just let the sound be enough. The tasks and outro. The main task from Chapter 4 this week is to complete that 20 things I love list, and this is the important part. Pick one of those buried dreams and actually do it. Don't just write it down, live it. It might feel quiet this week. It might even feel lonely. But remember, nature abhors a vacuum. When you clear the space, your creativity will rush in to fill it. Stay with the silence, keep doing your morning pages, and trust the process. I'll see you next week for Chapter 5.